Hello classmates, welcome to Mark TV. Keep calm and learn. For this video, we will talk about conditional sentences. Do you have any ideas about conditional sentences? Are you familiar with the types of conditional sentences? How can you write conditional sentences? I know that you are excited to learn this new concept. Come on and let's widen your horizon. Let's start by defining conditional sentences. Conditional sentences are statements discussing known factors or hypothetical situations and their consequences. When we say hypothetical situations, these are possible situations, statements, or questions about something imaginary rather than something real. For you to understand it better, let's take a look at this definition. Conditional sentences are used to speculate about what could happen, what might have happened, and what we wish would happen. We also use conditional sentences to speculate. When we speculate, we form a theory about what could happen, what might have happened, and what we wish would happen. Maybe you are asking, can you give me an example of a conditional sentence? Here is our example. If you stand in the rain, you get wet. I want you to analyze this sentence. What are your observations? Very good. As you can see, this sentence starts with the conjunction if. What else? Brilliant! This sentence shows condition and result. Very good observation. Did you know that we have two parts of a conditional sentence? We have conditional clause or if clause plus the main clause. The if clause or conditional clause starts with the conjunction if and it expresses a condition. When we say condition, it is maybe a situation or event that must happen in order for the other thing to happen, while the main clause expresses result. The result can only happen if the if clause occurs. This is the reason why it is called conditional sentence. Did you know that we have two parts of a conditional sentence? We have the conditional clause or if clause plus the main clause. The if clause starts with the conjunction if and it expresses a condition. When we say condition, it is maybe a situation or event that must happen in order for the other thing to happen, while the main clause expresses result. The result can only happen if the if clause occurs. This is the reason why it is called conditional sentence. In this example, which part is our conditional clause or if clause? Very good. If you stand in the rain is our if clause. Our keyword in identifying the conditional clause or if clause is the conjunction if. Now that we know the if clause, basically, the remaining clause is the main clause. And this clause expresses what? Very good. Result. For you to understand it better, for you to get wet, you need to stand in the rain. But if you will not stand in the rain, of course, you will not get wet. For your information, you may write a conditional sentence using the following format. You may start with the if clause followed by the main clause. Or you may start with the main clause and then the if clause. What did you observe? If you will start your sentence with an if clause, you need to put a comma after the last word in the if clause. But if you will start with the main clause, no need to put a comma. Let's proceed to the next part of the lesson. This is what we call challenge accepted. In this activity, you will just apply what you learned about conditional sentences. Let's test your knowledge. The task is for you to identify the if clause and the main clause in the following sentences. Let's start. If you heat butter, it melts. Can you identify the if clause? Very good. The if clause is if you heat butter. How about the main clause? Great! Our main clause is it melts. Let's proceed to second sentence. We will visit her if she moves into her new school assignment. Please examine closely this sentence. Can you identify the if clause? Wonderful! The if clause is if she moves into her new school assignment. Bullseye. What about the main clause? Very good. Our main clause is we will visit her. Next, we have this sentence. I would buy a laptop if I had money. Kindly identify the if clause in this example. Great! The if clause is if I had money. And our main clause is I would buy a laptop. Very good. Let's proceed to our last sentence. If the student had listened to the teacher carefully, he would have answered the questions correctly. Can you identify the if clause? Yes, very good. The if clause is if the student had listened to the teacher carefully. And the main clause is he would have answered the questions correctly. Brilliant. The example sentences presented are the different types of conditional sentences. For our next video, you will learn the different types of conditional sentences and on how you can correctly write sample sentence. If you like this video, don't forget to like and subscribe to this channel. This is your classmate, Mr. Kalma, who always reminds you to keep calm and always leave a mark.